Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Read. Today, we are going to be diving into a new special series. As some of you may be aware, it is finally October. As such, not too many spooky comics. I know last month I had talked about reading Emily Carroll's series of webcomics, but, well, they're too short, just to say. And we have to set a standard here in Let's Read. If we were to do Emily Carroll, our videos would be about 10 minutes long, because they're very short comics. Short, very spooky comics, but short in length. So, now we're going back to the 1 hour and a half episodes. We're not doing it. So for this Halloween special, we will be diving into the Scandinavian-centric webcomic Stand Still, Stay Silent. To join us for our intrepid journey, we have with us our good friend Caleb Black. Caleb?
Oh, hello, it's me, your favorite guy. Leffen can't get into Summit because of visa issues.
What, his
Damn
credit card's
Swedish.
not working?
I don't know. Anyways, that's all.
Okay. And also joining us is better friend Dylan.
Hi, I'm Dylan. And Mother 1 is actually the best in the franchise. It's a brave innovator.
No, that's not true.
And also joining us today is our friend David.
What's up, people? How you doing?
And Psycho Mate for the first time in quite a while.
Yep. Heyo.
Looking fresh today, sounding at least.
Yeah, nice.
Also joining us is resident Sasquatch.
Greetings. How you guys doing?
And Stanton, hi.
Hey everybody, stoked to get into a new comic, and this one looks very foreign, so should be fun.
Spoiler warning, it doesn't happen too often, but when it does, I'm sure that we're going to have some problems. Especially because this comic, when I say it's Scandinavian, it is very Scandinavian. It delves a lot with mythology and actual magic and stuff. It's a very interesting comic. And also, when certain spells or things happen, in order to cast spells, they have to speak in their native language. And so I am sure we'll have fun doing that.
We please just put the text into Google Translate and have it speak it for us.
No,
It'd be amazing.
that's no fun.
That's pretty fun.
That's going to be last resort if we just fail that badly. That it's
I don't think it's going to be that bad.
So
Have
you
read
said,
Finnish before?
Famous final words.
but yeah. So before we get started, I should note that for this reading, we are going to be doing what we did for the second half of our reading of Order of the Stick, in which we are going to be skipping ahead because the first 69 pages, or 68 rather, the first 68 pages of Stand Still, Stay Silent are a prologue that's really not that important. Essentially, what
We're
the
starting
story...
at 69.
Yes, that is the first chapter, actually. So, essentially, a gigantic world-ending plague has swept through the lands, and the government has tried to contain it. It has failed, and the world has gone into an apocalyptic landscape. The prologue is pretty much the pre-apocalypse, where everyone is just hearing the warnings and trying to do their own thing and trying to survive. And the actual meat of the comic is post-apocalypse, where government has started to come back in action. Nations have figured out how to kind of combat the plague and various things like that. The plague in itself is weird. It infects people, and it's only certain people are immune to it. It's a genetic thing to be immune, and with the plague came magic, where apparently, dependent on what region you are, or what gods you believe in, you're able to do certain magic. You can cast runes, you can do protection stuff, and so a lot of places have decided to use these to kind of better themselves. I could go really in depth on this, and as we go along, you're going to see a lot of, well, faux documentation that describes a lot of the mythology and how the magic works. We're not going to be able to read all that. That's a tall order. Not going to do it. But to start us off, we are in the city of Kuru in Finland, and we are watching the scout do about his day.
Where is he? He was supposed to be here already.
Well, his shift should have ended at 6:30, and he won't be late for another 5 minutes.
I bet he forgot and went to bed. You might as well leave without him. Or better yet, forget about this and don't leave at all.
Well, I thought that might happen, so I left a note on his door.
Maybe I should run up and try to find him, just in case.
Please do. Hopefully you'll slip and break your neck.
What's with the hostility? I offered you a job and you turned it down.
So you decide to take my family instead. Then I'd have to be an idiot to even consider that job offer. Not that I'm calling you an idiot. I would never.
It's okay. But please, don't make it sound like Tara is tricking me into this or something. I want to go.
I just don't understand why. There's literally nothing worth seeing or experiencing outside.
Literally everything worth seeing and experiencing is outside, Oni.
Oh, good grief. Again?
Get on the boat already.
Would you stop rushing us already? We have over 4 minutes left.
Yes, until the boat leaves. You're supposed to be on board by then, not dancing around on the pier, you monkey.
I'm going to stand right here and make sure that you can't leave without us.
And I'm going to start the boat regardless, and you'll fall into the lake. 3 minutes.
Hedgehog.
Lally will show up, I promise.
Hello.
You just had to show up, didn't you?
I was supposed to show up. Terry left me a note saying I have to come down here to meet up with my boss. But, where is he?
I meant your new boss, Taru Halola.
That's me.
We are actually related to her.
Not closely related, but sure.
Forgot that I was fired from my old job.
You weren't. We resigned together, remember?
Oh, okay.
And where are your things?
I left my uniform at the gatehouse, and I have my rifle right here.
But I wanted both of you to pack as much as you can for this. Clothes, ammunition, toothbrushes, socks, soap, band-aids, food.
Oh, oops. I forgot most of that too.
Well, okay then. As they themselves so clearly demonstrated they are not adults suitable to leave home. We're all better off if you just pick up a couple of Swedish bombs somewhere on your way instead and leave us alone.
Nonsense. They're both great at their jobs, which is what counts. And we're already providing them with uniforms. I'm sure we can find some toothbrushes too. They can have mine.
No, they're too stupid to make important life decisions on their own.
Hey!
And deep down, they don't even want to go.
Boat is now leaving. Hurry, hurry! I cannot miss this opportunity.
But
Don't forget your bag. At least there's something in there.
I'm so sorry for us being late. This will never happen again. Oni, please, come with us. I don't want you to be all alone. Please.
Come on now. I can still pull you up. And we can give you a less dangerous job if you're scared.
I can't.
Well, I guess I'll see you in spring then.
Bye?
No, and he's never seen again.
You people need to go inside now.
Oh, of course.
No, I'm not going inside before I've seen the outside. Please, just for a second.
Look, it's for your own protection. You're not even armed.
Come on, it's her first time going outside of Kuro since she was a little kid. She'll be happy with just seeing us go through the gate. I think we can agree that it's not exactly dangerous.
Fine, but only through the gate. And I'm not responsible for anything bad happening.
Look at that landscape work.
Wow, these pages are really good.
One thing that I would like to note is, so when I first read this webcomic, it was while I was still on Guam, and we had bad internet, and this is one of the few times where having a crappy connection makes reading this a hell of a lot better, because it takes it a second to fucking load, and it loads vertically, so you'd see it just slowly come into view, and it's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm finally outside. It looks so meh.
You'll be able to see things once the sun is up.
I wanted to see things now.
Seriously, now you people have to go inside.
Right away.
Don't be sad. There's nothing interesting to see out here anyway. It's just a bit of open area and then trees forever and ever.
That's what I wanted to see, stupid. It's cool to be on the boat, though.
That's the spirit. And your cousin is right in a way. The forest is absolutely unremarkable compared to everything you two will get to see in the next few months.
So, thing we missed in the prologue. The old lady there is a administrator and trying to set up this expedition company because there are still wild lands in Scandinavia that are infested with the plague that spawn terrible monsters that have been born out of people that were infected. Not really zombies, something weird, it's something spiritual. But anyway.
You two can go sit down. I'll grab us some breakfast.
Can we allow of something that's not gross?
There's always only one thing to choose from. But sure, I'll get a lot of it. It's free.
I wish I could understand what is happening right now.
How can you still be confused? We've talked about this over and over again since summer. 3 months ago. You won't believe it. We just got the most exciting job opportunity ever. Let's discuss this at length before you go to bed.
Okay.
1 month ago. Only 1 month left until me and Lali head out and see the world.
I do not approve. Neither of you are leaving.
Okay.
12 hours ago. You're still going out to work tonight? Remember that we'll meet our boss in the morning and then take the boat to Sweden.
Okay. Oh, you were serious about all that? I thought it was one of those weird jokes you sometimes tell me that I don't really understand.
I don't tell weird jokes.
Come sit already, or I'll eat all of this disgusting stuff myself.
I think Lali might need you to recap some things about the job for him.
That's quite alright. I'll explain the mission in more depth to the both of you later on anyway. But right now, we're on our way to Sweden for a quick stop. We'll pick up one of your fellow crew members there, and some things. But of course, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have right now. I'm sure you have a lot. So anything you'd like to know?
Can I go home?
Nope. Okay, any more questions? About the job, maybe?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure? You do know that Sweden is another country, right? You won't even understand what anyone there says.
Well, I have questions. Is it true that all Swedes are really tall?
Oh yes, all rumors about Swedes are always true.
Are they all really, really pretty?
Yes, each and every one of them.
Do they all have gorgeous golden hair?
Yup.
Do they really only have 4 toes on each foot?
What? Where did you hear that?
Ani told me, and one of his mage friends had heard it from someone who once met a Swedish person. I've always wondered if it was true.
I don't know. I'll have to check. Yes, Lali?
We in Sweden soon? I think I might be dying.
Are you prone to seasickness, perhaps? I'm afraid you'll have to endure that for a little while. And it'll be worse once we're at the sea. We'll first need to reach the Lake Nasiarvi through these river canals. Travel to the whole length of the lake and past the Tampere and Nokia exclusions. Oh, Nokia I do know.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And then follow the Kokemanoi River all the way down to the Poritimba harbor. From there, we can finally cross the sea to Sweden. And Sweden is right over there, quite close.
So it'll be a few hours. Can you stay alive that long?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we won't be there until sometime tomorrow. The good news is that you won't die from being seasick. Try to relax. You might even get used to it.
Maybe I just need some sleep.
There's beds in the back that are meant for sleeping, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then.
Don't mind him. He's never very good company. But I'm just so happy that we'll get to work with a beautiful golden-haired and tall Swede.
Oh, I don't want to dampen your enthusiasm or anything, but the claim that all Swedes are tall might have been a slight exaggeration of my part. But they are pretty.
Now leaving Finland. Is it dangerous outside now?
Sure. But it's not terribly dangerous. Safer than during the summer. I can't even remember the last time the window shields were needed. The water and Villamo will be able to protect us. The only significantly risky areas are the couple of seclusions we'll have to pass through. But the river is wide enough even there, so it's really not that bad. And we're completely safe in here even if something happens.
Oh. Oh, I see. It's a librarian cat.
We should arrive at the harbor in Pori before sunset. Over there you'll get to see something very worthwhile, once the window shields are lifted. But we'll simply have to pass the time until then.
Yeah. So, I realize now what's going on in that scene. Because the monsters are attracted by noise, so they have to keep quiet. The lights help to keep them away because the monsters are sensitive to sunlight. And cats have been used, it's explained later, but cats are used as kind of threat detectors. They can sense when monsters are about and when an area is safe. When I was talking about documentation, yep, here's all the lore about Finnish and Icelandic magic, and how it's latent and be used for scouts to help clear the lands, find other things. Meow. Timber yard. Lolly! Lolly!
Mm.
Come look at the view. You can be sick and miserable later.
Are we in Sweden now?
Of course not. But we're almost at the sea, and there used to be a city here, right here.
Cities are bad.
I said used to be. Can you believe thousands of people once lived in this place? Now it's a ghost town.
Correction. Tens of thousands. This was a really dangerous area to pass through in my youth, but the Swedes helped us burn it all down a couple of decades ago. Now it's safe enough for some light forestry, as you can see.
Does the timber go to Sweden too? I thought they had their own trees.
Oh no, it'll continue on to Denmark for cleaning. Then it's sold to Iceland.
Oh, what did that used to be?
A church, I think.
And what is that?
A big house of some kind.
What about that?
Another house that people lived in, probably.
Wow, learning about the past is so great, right, Molly?
What is that? What do we do?
That's a ship, and we're getting on it.
Well,
Nice.
Mm.
That's a big ship.
So it even has the dragon front.
Oh man, that is awesome. You
Yeah.
can't get more Scandinavian than that.
I like it.
It's
Well,
even
there should
called
be
the-
an IKEA in there somewhere. Or is that Swedish?
Yeah.
Swede is only Swedes have IKEA. Okay.
Okay. So Sweden is
Over there somewhere. That's the sea, and we're going to the other side of it.
oh, I can see it. I don't think we need a big boat to get over there.
You might have extraordinary vision, Lally, but you can't see Sweden from over here. It's just some island.
Machinery noises. And they bring the boat up. Oh, you don't get to go outside?
Not until we arrive. Come on now, time for bed.
Already? But it's barely 4 in the afternoon. The sun hasn't set yet.
The perfect time to reserve a bed. I've learned the hard way that if you don't pick one well before bedtime, you'll end up with a top bunk and fall down during the night.
I hereby declare this to be the best bed and therefore also mine.
All the beds are equally lousy. And Lally, try to sleep a bit during the night. I prefer for both of you to be awake tomorrow.
Do you think you'll need a bucket for the rest of the way?
That'll be fine. We're almost there, right?
Maybe if you want to be optimistic about it. I'd still like you to have something to throw up in, just in case. And I think I might have packed a pot.
A pot, huh? Well, it's not the most useless thing you could have packed. What else do you have?
Oh, I'm not sure. I was so excited when I was doing it. I just grabbed some stuff. You'll see.
Well, it's always nice to have a pillow. I guess a family portrait will keep your morale up when things get tough. Please throw that away. Ah, the pot. The most useful thing in there after all. We can give it to your cook. I'm sure he'll appreciate an extra. Oh, come on.
You have a cook too? Fancy.
More like someone who knows how to cook in addition to their primary task. 2 of your crew members are a bit older and more experienced than you, so they're able to pull a bit more weight on their end. We'll meet up with them once we've picked up your Swedish colleague.
It's him. It's PewDiePie. He shaved.
Now whoever gets to do this voice has to do a Pewds.
Excuse me, you two.
Oh, hi.
You were supposed to come meet me at the train.
Now, wait a second.
I had to drag this thing up a million stairs. All by myself. Nearly threw my back out.
First of all, there's an elevator for people such as yourself.
Ding.
Second of all, you're not even supposed to be here until tomorrow. But that's okay. It's good to see you again.
Yes. Hi. And what do you mean I'm not supposed to be here yet? I know you said that the Finn ship would depart today.
That doesn't mean they'll be here today. You do know that Finland is another country, right?
Yes. I've seen a map. And I know very well that it's merely a short trip over here. See? There's a map right there. And it's clearly a very short distance. And the ships are much faster than trains, so they should be here today.
No, that is a long distance, and the ships are much slower than trains. They'll be here tomorrow.
It's adorable that you don't understand how distances on a map work.
But you're wrong as usual. You're welcome to consult the timetables if you're going to be stubborn and not believe us.
But then, what do I do now? I don't have anywhere to sleep. I didn't reserve a room here, and I couldn't afford one anyways.
Neither can we, but that hasn't killed us yet. Last night, we simply slept on the sofas.
I'm sleeping on the sofas.
Oh, excuse me, I meant floor?
Floor is okay.
Floor gang. We simply slept on the floor.
No, he didn't. He secretly slept on the sofas anyway.
On those sofas? Those revolting ones that are certainly never cleaned and people have been sitting on with their dirty behinds for years and years? Those sofas?
I'm sure they're clean sometimes.
This is so beneath me.
We're poor now. There's no such thing as beneath us anymore. To sleep on the revolting sofas, Amazil.
The trick is to sleep with a book on your face and claim that you are reading it if the guard comes round. You can have mine. I've finished pretending to read it anyway.
To be honest, you really should get used to not sleeping on a bed.
To be even more honest, you should be used to it already.
Fine. I'll sleep on the vile piles of filth as you wish. But you will wake me up well before the Finns arrive so I can make myself presentable.
I will.
How humiliating.
No sleeping on the sofas.
I'm reading a book.
Hurrah.
It'll be fine. No panic. I merely need to make an impeccable first impression tomorrow. Things will start going well from there.
And here's the lore of the cats. They're like the one animal that has managed to be immune to all the plague. And thus they have learned to adapt and overcome. They have become essential in scouting and cleansing duties. And there's different types. Here's the thing.
Oh, gee, my sincerest apologies. Hello? You might want to change shirts.
Let the poor lad sleep. You can apologize once he wakes up. He must be terribly tired to be sleeping this long.
It's just me. You should get up.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, I was supposed to say that first. Ah! I'm reading, not sleeping.
Can you do that again?
No. Ah!
Thank you. The Finns are here.
But... Helvetus Yevlar! I told you to wake me up before they got here.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you'd really sleep for this long.
I look like a mess. My first impression will be ruined. I'll have to make the best of it.
No. They'll be the best of friends, surely. Hi, hello, I'm Tootie.
Oh, hello, I'm...
Hello, you're our cleanser, Emil. It's also so nice and to finally be here. Hey, nice hair. And that was Lolly, my cousin. He's not feeling well, so don't mind him. I'm sure you'll be great friends. And us too, because you seem like a nice person. Your shop is so interesting, you know? And I'm sorry I'm rambling. I'll stop now.
It's quite alright. I didn't expect you to speak Swedish, to be honest.
Huh, almost no one does. I just studied a bit extra after learning Icelandic. They're such similar languages, you know?
Yeah, well, not really.
Torbjorn, I need to check a thing with your feet.
Okay.
Oh, I remember now, sorry. That's funny.
And hey, don't worry about that. I spill food on myself all the time, too.
Huh? Oh, this cannot be happening. The worst first impression possible. They both saw it. They'll think of me as some sort of filthy pig for all eternity. I'll never regain the respect.
There. You'll have time to make plenty of new impressions. And of course, they could very well end up being lousy, too.
They're already whispering about me.
I'm sure they have more interesting things to whisper about than yourself. It's a bit short for a Swede, don't you think?
Now listen up, everybody. We're on a rather tight schedule today, so we'll need to be on our way. We'll first make a stop at our headquarters in Mora, and have you all briefed on your mission. Our ride to the southern border leaves in the evening.
What?
Oh, that's right. We have some language barriers here.
Yes.
If we need to speak Swedish, I can translate for you, Taro.
Sure.
I'll translate for Emil when we speak Icelandic, and I'll translate for Lolly whenever we speak any language. I don't want to be the one always complaining, but I think we're going to miss our train.
Excuse me, my good lady. Could you tell me when the morning train to Mora departs?
10:10. You people should be running and not standing there chattering like a pack of squirrels.
Run, everyone! Grab your bags! Run!
We're running now.
Oh no! Oh no! We won't make it in time! What can we do?
How about at least trying to get there?
Lally, run and hold the train doors and open for us.
What's
The train is the long metal thing with a lot of windows. Run there now. Darblivu nasten. Ursnadva. Stigpa. He is dedicated scout. I'm never running again. I'm going to pass out and die.
Not me. I'm in great shape. I could run for hours.
These are ours.
Window seat is mine. Maybe I'll get a glimpse of a troll before the window shields are closed.
It won't be closed.
Wait, are they broken?
No, they're simply not needed during the daytime. It's perfectly safe to travel without them.
Wow, so it is true. You people really are blessed.
It has nothing to do with being blessed. It's all the result of decades of hard work and persistence. Cleansers like myself are the ones to thank for making sure that areas near... pardon me. I need to take a quick visit to the bathroom.
You're not supposed to look at people's chest, Lolly. I know yours is flat. And I'll be honest, and I didn't know until rereading this that, oh yeah, Lolly is a boy. It's androgynous. How do you feel, Lolly? Is traveling on a train any better than a boat?
I'm fine. The train is okay. Why is the messy Swedish person sitting with us?
Because we should get used to each other since he'll be working with us. Mostly with you.
Don't work with other people.
Sometimes you have to do new things, you know.
Don't you worry. You'll get to do your solo act most of the time. But I'm sure you'll also get along perfectly well as a duo.
As long as he isn't the weird person.
Oh, he's just conceited. Cholan Vori Twalakin on Yoku Viori. Hey Micah, Hasukiri, Yafiela Toinen Viori. Lali Tulio Katsoma Mita Kakea Okona Naki.
I'm going to fetch something from the dining car. Would you like anything?
No thanks. We had breakfast. I might miss something cool if I look away from the window, and Lally doesn't really like anything.
Okay.
How are you getting along with your new friends?
Fine, I guess. They keep talking Finnish with each other. Probably to make sure I can't understand them.
Or perhaps they do it because that's the only language Lolly knows. Not everything is about you, remember?
You're wrong. Maybe. I'd really like some porridge.
Nothing is stopping you from taking some.
I can't. I'm now the guy who spills food on himself, and if I eat porridge in front of the fiends, they'll be expecting me to create a mess.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I'll make a dumb sandwich. They can't expect me to spill that.
Oh, the cat eyes.
He eats weird.
Huh? Stop staring at him! How often have I told you that it creeps people out when you do that?
I just wanted to see if he'd spill food on himself again.
I'm so sorry. He spends very little time with people. He doesn't know how to behave properly. But I promise he's a very nice person, and I'm sure you'll love working together once. No! I missed it! Why did I look away from the window?
Missed what?
There was a troll hanging on the fence.
Oh, well, it was dead anyways. So not very interesting. That's an electric fence.
An electric fence?
That's right. Incinerates anything that tries to get through.
I wish we had something like that back home.
Oh, I forgot that you people don't even have electricity in your country.
We do have electricity.
You probably won't be seeing another one. It's rare for them to get this close without being intercepted.
Just not a lot of it. I might if I'm not distracted again. Now, shh.
My apologies for my distraction.
Oh?
I'll go get us some more of those.
Good day, passengers. We are arriving in Mora in 5 minutes. The weather is sunny with the temperature at a pleasant -2 degrees Celsius. Welcome back home, local travelers. And welcome to the capital of Scandinavia, visitors from abroad. Please gather your belongings and prepare for the security check. Have an excellent day.
All right, youngsters, security check time. Your clothes will also be put through decontamination procedures, so if you have anything value in your pockets. No one has anything of value. Okay then.
Arrival in 1 minute.
Isn't this the most excited you've ever been? More documentation about it. Alright. Guess here's where we make our first stop. That concludes our first reading of Stand Still, Stay Silent. Just a lot of introductions. And things that we don't know yet. So, what did you guys think of it so far?
I mean, the art is pretty stunning. I mean, like it's a few colors and yet like there's a lot of how can you say? Well, yeah, there's a few colors, but they're blended really well, and I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. One thing I really, and we're not even getting into like we get a good idea with a lot of these vistas, as they say, but you'll get to see a lot more of it in action, like later on. One of the more interesting parts is when it starts to develop, when it starts to do some inking, which we'll see when it starts to when we get to see some more of the monsters and things. A lot of this first bit is just introducing and setting the stage for the whole world. If you have the time, please do read. People at home, please do go ahead and read some of these documentations and pamphlets that they interject as pages. It's actually pretty neat. It helps to set up how the world is able to be reclaimed and the state of Scandinavia at this time. Also, one thing that I should note that we missed with the prologue, pretty much a lot of it was also it was very much just about heritage, and so we'll see like way later on. There's a whole family tree thing, and it tells you like who's related to who, and all the different people that were in the prologue ended up being ancestors of the people that we see here. But yeah, other than that, Caleb, what do you think? Nice.
I liked it. I liked the art, especially. I think it's good. It started out looking a little bit Tumblr-y to me, but I actually like it quite a bit. They do look all like soft, like boys. They kind of look like the one guy that kind of looks like Lord Farquaad, but
Yeah.
but it's good. It looks good. I like how it looks. Like so far, I like how it's written. Yeah, good first impression.
Not bad. Dylan, what do you think?
The art reminds me of the Team Fortress 2 comic a little.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
I
a
like
lot of
it.
the body shapes, and like it likes its square faces and angles.
It's the way they do cheekbones as well. That's my thing.
Yeah, they do that too. Yes.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's a little slow to start. I'm sure it'll pick up. I'm enjoying it.
It'll take a minute to pick up, but yeah, once we get on the expedition, and then we'll actually get a little spooky. Psycho, what do you think?
Well, yeah, it's kind of just starting. You can't really say how it is. Like, oh, you can't really say what you thought of it yet because it just started. But as of right now, it's starting out pretty well.
Yeah, it's just setting its tone and stuff, which is, I mean, we get a good taste of what is to come, and because when I saw a big part of it, or a more key part of it, is the fact that while it is Scandinavian and all the people are from the different Scandinavian countries, there is that language barrier. And it's pretty neat because it's something that you don't really see too often in comics. Like sometimes you'll have like the exchange student that speaks in Japanese or whatever, but that's usually done as a gag or something. Whereas here, it's an actually pretty vital part of the of the story and the experience and the way that the characters work off each other. Sass, what do you think?
Due to me missing a rather substantial part of the beginning, I can't form a full opinion on the beginning. From what I think, I really like the art style, and the story thus far of what I've read, more into this Swedish guy. I believe it's Amil.
Yes.
I think it's setting up the characters, and it's I can't form a rather concrete opinion on like what I think about the entire story, or at least the ones I've read, because I'm a bit out of the loop on some things. I'll have to read it. But of the things I've heard just far, I think it could be a rather interesting story to set up to.
Yeah. Also, when have you ever given your opinion and you haven't missed the beginning? Because I feel like you've done that.
Well, more often. Yeah, I'd say more often nowadays. I've had to miss beginnings.
That's fine. Anyway, Stanton, what do you think?
Well, like everyone else said, the art is really, really nice. I think it's got its own unique style, and I've been really looking at the art most of the time we've been reading this, and it's really good. The story, it's pretty slow up to this point, and I don't know if it was just me. I noticed we seemed to have a little bit of an issue following who is who. At the beginning, all the there wasn't enough color and enough to differentiate between the different characters, so it was a little bit confusing to see who is who, what's going on. But further on into the comic, it's starting to develop as we learn about the characters. It's kind of like they're developing into more recognizable people, which is kind of a cool way to do a little intro, but confusing for us when we're trying to read it like this. What else I thought was cool was how in the speech bubbles he puts the country's flag so he can differentiate there's different languages being spoken. And I think that's a pretty cool little bit that is going on in this comic that I don't think I've ever seen before. But how it's playing together with, all the different people coming together, I think this is really cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to continue on reading more. This is definitely a good one.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like the fact that it shows the flag so that you know who's speaking what languages, and if you pay attention to the cards, it'll tell you what languages they can understand, what they can't understand, what they speak, and what they can't speak. And it's neat. It becomes a point of character growth for a few of the characters, a few of them later on. But yeah, it's really nice. It's very euro-centric, but without being hammy, and I like it. The focus on trains and things. But yeah, sadly we weren't able to get through too much, but at least we were able to get through the first chapter. At this rate, I at least hope that we can get into the Silent World. That's where the fun happens. And maybe we'll get to Rainer. For now, though, that will conclude our reading for Let's Read. Till then, it has been Amazil and the boys, and it's time to say goodbye, boys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I hate
Take
boys.
care.
Bye.
Bye.